is launched in the background.
Hello everyone on YouTube, it's Jordan here again, and I want to talk about why I hate Rock Jam. Well, let me go over the facts first. Rock Jam isn't the name of the company, it's just a generic Chinese name that the people use. And I really don't want to have to do this, but in order to show it off, I'll have to get out the rj761. These are all my other keyboards. So I will go off camera to show this off. But regardless, I'm going to show you the keyboard anyway, just so you can see how terrible it is. Here's what it looks like. You can see. Made for kids. So I'm about to go off camera now and plug this worthless keyboard in. Don't like people spend money on this useless thing. I will have to check on my camera as well, so I won't forget to do that. If this thing wants to respond, which it clearly doesn't. There we go. Here's the default piano sound. Licensed by Roland. So I'm going to show you some sounds. This is basically a clone of one from Yamaha. Listen to that organ sound. Doesn't even sound like an organ. Here's the accordion. Let's listen to a guitar sound. Honestly, poor sound. Folk guitar. Jazz guitar. Poorly sampled again. Clean guitar. This thing is trying to copy the Yamaha Genos, and it does it in a stupid way. I mean, there's some very bad sounds on this keyboard. Now I'm going to go on to the drums, if I can find them. This sound is good when it's on the right keyboard, but this keyboard just isn't perfect. And here are the drums. What about the rhythms, well, they're no different. Let me go find. Ugh, I hate this keyboard. And the songs too. You can't listen to a song without having to learn it first. They recommend you learn the song. Yeah, like I'm never going to want to learn Shuang Shong Xing. And you know what's worse? The display is not in English. Specifically, it's poorly translated. So this is one of the songs. I'm about to go back on camera.
Stop record.
Let's compare it to this keyboard here. The PSR 220. Brilliant sounds. Let's listen to some of the voices I showed on the Rock Jam. Same sound, although this is what they've just gone and done is they've stole the sounds from Yamaha. This sound was originally on the 220, and you'll notice that this keyboard is touch sensitive. This was the sound that was on the Rock Jam. But you'll see that this is properly sampled. Accordion. Clearly Yamaha has been doing something right. The guitar sound is just brilliant on this keyboard. While it's the same sample as on the Rock Jam, the guitar, when sampled right, sounds brilliant. Let me just turn the camera over to the... No, because that box is in the way. There we go. Turn it over to the 220 side, without knocking over anything. Folk guitar. Jazz guitar. Something brilliant. Now I'll go over to the drums. They're exactly the same drums, but they're not. Then the sound is not heavily copyright. They're not. The sound isn't terrible. This is how these drums should sound. Brilliant. Top it off with a reverb. Yamaha has clearly been doing something right with the PSR 220 for it to become a really popular keyboard. Now I'm going to show you the rhythms. you would enjoy these rhythms. On the Rock Jam, they're poor quality. They're not... The rhythms...
Mike, stop.
Half the time, the rhythms aren't what they say they are. I mean, the last rhythms I've shown on the Rock Jam don't sound like what they are. I mean, 16-beat soul, it's not 16-beat, it's 8-beat. Country rock, it's not country rock, it's just regular rock. I mean, what are these cheap generic brands thinking? And what about the songs? Well, there's two ways of accessing the songs on this keyboard. There's the demo button, and there's the regular song select. So I'm going to go into song, and unlike the Rock Jam, I can actually pick a song by typing in a number. Rock Jam has nothing. So let me go to one of my favourites. Let's go to song number 11. Just shows off the entire keyboard. Brilliant. The PSR 220, absolutely brilliant. Still worthwhile in 2021? Yes, definitely. I definitely recommend this over the Rock Jam. Rock Jam rj761, still brilliant in 2021? No, don't even think about buying that thing off Amazon. It is a poor quality keyboard. Even for kids, it's terrible. You're required to learn a song unless... Well, you have to learn a song to actually get to the demos. It's just not good. And on top of that, for musicians like myself who are visually impaired, nobody can use the goddamn thing. The keyboard is terrible. The panel, wow. I just absolutely do not like the entire keyboard. Touch screen, it's trying to copy the Yamaha Genos. Sorry for anything I said there, anything that may be offensive, but you got to understand that the Rock Jam, it just under-delivers. I really wish I had never gotten this thing for Christmas. Back in 2019. This keyboard made up for it though. This keyboard here, the PSR 220, it made up for 2019's terrible Christmas gift. Now, it's a good keyboard if you just want to mess about with it, but why bother? I mean, the Rock Jam could be circuit bent. You could do all sorts of crazy stuff with it, but on the other hand, it's a cheap piece of plastic that was made to be thrown in a closet and never used again. And I don't want to talk about other keyboards that Rock Jam have tried to make. Let me turn that over. I mean, they've tried to make a keyboard that clearly tries to copy the PSR S670. The Rock Jam rj761 clearly tries to copy the Genos in every way, but it'll never beat the Genos. I mean, just look at the Genos. It is way better. Honestly, if you want to buy a keyboard, don't buy the Rock Jam. I mean, look at the PSR 220. Maybe 25 years old, but it's better than the Rock Jam. So kids, what have we learned today? Well, I say that, but so folks, what have we learned today then? Well, we learned that Rock Jam is a terrible brand of keyboard. Well, it's not really a brand because it's a generic name. As the company, the same keyboard could be marketed out via other brands. On top of that, they've got an official website, but it's marked as insecure and for a good reason. Well, with Chinese websites, you expect to see that. Yeah. Anyway, that was my perspective on the... Yeah, that's not facing me properly. That was my perspective on the Rock Jam rj761. I had to go off camera to show off the sounds, but you did get to see you got to see the keyboard after all. This is Jordan signing off, saying have a good day, everyone.